Welcome everyone. We are talking about a Christmas release today. Every single year I buy myself one of the Nars Audacious lipsticks, but this year I also purchased their holiday palette and I was sent one of their cheek palettes. So I thought I'd go through and I would show you. This is pretty much a review of the Christmas palette. This one here is the Hyped palette. I'll show you this. But while I'm here, I'll also show you the other bits and pieces that I have. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you all this stuff now. All right, so let's start off with an up close and personal look at the palette. The packaging that Nars have done this year is Studio 54 theme, so we're looking at like glitzy glam, the disco era of yesteryear. We're having a look at just super extra packaging this year. So two palettes were offered this year. There was this one, which like I said is the Hyped palette, and then the other palette was a lot more glitzy, and while I really liked the look of it, I just didn't feel like I needed more glitters in my collection. So I did pick this one up. This was $90, so it's a little bit hefty for a palette, but that's in line with their regular palette prices. I will leave links down below to some of their other palettes so you can see how this one compares in terms of quality. So let's have a quick look at this in close up. We can see that there are some beautiful shades here. The packaging is divine. We have a good mix of mattes and some shimmers, and then there's that one shade down the bottom which looks stunning. The names are really cute. We've got names like We Are Family, Ain't No Stopping Now, Hot Stuff, Lady Marmalade, Ring My Bell. These are all, well, I think these are all names of disco songs. So we are definitely going with the theme there. One thing I would love about Nars packaging is if they actually had the names included on the palette. I feel like I'm always sort of going backwards and forwards to see what the names are. But I certainly think this is a very wearable palette. We've got so many like mid-tone neutrals here. We've got those pops of colour. If you can see up close, some of those shades have got a lot more shift and shimmer to them. They look in the photos online. The face palette, like I said, this was sent to me. So this is in the Hustle shade. This one I feel like is a lot more suited to medium to darker skin tones, but I'm still going to give it a go. There is another one of these available, but this is the one that I was sent and this is what I would show you. What I really like about this is, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but there's a real kind of, I wouldn't say shimmer, but like shift to these colors. I think these are going to be really beautiful and glowing on the skin. And like I said, every year I pick up one of the Audacious lipsticks in the special edition packaging because I just love them. And this was no different. This year I picked this one up. So can you see the packaging? I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but it is so shimmery. It's got like a metallic feel, but I don't think it is metal. It has that kind of cool metallic feel. And I picked it up in the shade Jane, which is a really nice warm toned shade there. So I will take all of this makeup off and we'll start again and we'll have a look at these products. Before we do so, let's have a look at some swatches. All right, I've got nothing on my arm at all. These are completely dry swatches. We're gonna go across and do the first four up the top. So we've got We Are Family, which is like a white gold. We have Shake, Shake, Shake. We have Dr. Love. And then we have Ring My Bell. There's not a lot going on there. Let's have a look at the next row. Ain't No Stopping Now, Relight My Fire, Lady Marmalade, and Love Train. They're swatching a little bit better. Still not great, but they're swatching better. We then have Excess, Hot Stuff, Last Party, and White House. We also have Meowing Cat. Okay, so I have taken off the makeup I had on before and let's get started. Let's have a look at how these eyeshadows perform. I think a lot of them swatched really, really light, so it's going to be interesting to see if they're any different, let's say, on the lid. Now, I applied concealer and I actually applied a little bit of powder to my lids because I find that's the way I like the shadows to work best, a lot more diffused. If you like a really intense color, I would leave a kind of tacky base for the shadows to stick to. But this is just what I prefer. This is how I wear shadows. I like a very blended kind of soft glam look. So one thing that I really like about this palette is that you've got your classic kind of crease color there, but a lot of these shades are a little bit cooler toned. So if you really like a cool toned eyeshadow look, then this I think will let you sort of achieve that. I'm going to start off with Ring My Bell, which is a classic kind of start, and it's picked up quite a lot of color. There isn't much left on the pan in terms of fallout. Let's have a look at how this goes. One thing I love about Nars mattes is generally they really just blend so well. And this seems to be the same story. That is blending really nicely. Sometimes products swatch really well and then they go on your eyes and you're like, what? And then other times they swatch really poorly or very sort of, they look like they're lacking pigmentation. But then on the eyes, they look fine. Now, I wonder though whether these shades, and like I'm only one shade deep, but I wonder if these shades would show up on different skin tones because they are on the softer side in terms of pigmentation, so far at least. This is really nice and soft. I'll see if that's buildable. We'll add that just in the corner there. And the answer to that is yes. So maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe this will have enough pigmentation for all skin tones to use. Grabbing that same brush, oh, what do I want to use today? Let's go into the shade next to it there, which is Dr. Love. Okay, so there we go. I feel like this is going to add some drama. So this is what I was talking about with a little bit more cool tone. I don't mind a cool tone. I know everybody's about warm tone shadows, but I feel like cool tone can be really complementary to some skin tones and hair colors, and depends what you pair with it. This is really soft and blown out color. This is what I like about Nars shadows. Very soft and pretty. What do I want to use? Let's try some of that pink shade in the middle. Okay, let's see. Let's hope for the best. Oh, this is nice. Very soft. Do you see how it just added like a rosy tone there? This is so blendy. Is that a word? I'm going to use that under the eye as well because that's a really pretty color. I'm going to grab really sparingly because like I said, I wasn't going to be doing much today, but I'm going to grab that, just really like just dip my brush in and add that just on the outer corner. That's nice as well. I feel like those two shades are pretty similar though, once they're blended out. If you have lots and lots of these types of shades in your collection, maybe you don't need this. Really very little, like almost, I can't really even see any fallout. Oh, I have no idea what I want to use. Like that is just so beautiful. And then there's also those. Like I said, these don't swatch great, but let's see how they go on the lid. Oh, there's Love Train, that's beautiful. Maybe I'll go a little bit of Love Train. Yeah, that's nice. It does darken it up a bit. So I'll stick some Relight My Fire on top. Well, that's completely changed the look I was going to go for. I was going to go for really bright, but that's okay. I like it still. And a bit of that. I want to see if I can intensify this. So I'm going to grab some Relight My Fire on a brush and spritz it down and see how we go. Oh yeah, that's brightened it up. Brush away powder. And I'm going to use that shade there just to blend out the edges. I use a tiny little brush and go underneath the eyes with that pinky colour. And I pick some of that up and add it to the inner corner. That's perfect. All right, a little bit more drama than I was thinking of today, but it's blended out really, really nicely. Let's move on to this palette here. So this looks like it's 2 blushes and a highlighter, but I feel like this blush here could also be a bit of a bronzer kind of shade. So I'm gonna try it out, let's see what happens. I always hate using products like this because they're so pretty. Here's what the shades look like. So there's the highlighter, there's the brighter blush, and there's the softer blush. I'm going to disagree with what I originally said. I think this is definitely going to be a blush. So I'll just grab my Linguine bronzer, stick that on, and then we'll start. Alright, so picking up that lighter blush. That is really pretty. You can barely see it, but what you can see is a really soft nude blush. I really thought this was going to be too dark for me, but it's added a really nice soft colour. And then I'm going to pick up just the smallest amount of the brighter shade and pop it just there. Let's try out some of this highlight. This one might be too dark. Let's have a look. Wrong again, Rosa. Alright, it's showing up a bit of texture, but I do feel like once I spritz it down, it'll be fine. This reminds me a lot of, what's that one that I used to have and wear all the time? Albatross? It's a little more gold than Albatross. And a little bit up there. Okay, onto the lipstick now. It's really smooth, a really nice colour there. It's kind of like a terracotta shade, which I'm really into at the moment. And this formula is just, it can't be beaten. Let's just apply this freely without any lip liner or anything. That's a really nice shade. I'm not sure it really goes with the eyeshadow look. I'm thinking maybe I might pick up a tiny bit of that orange, that peachy sort of orange shade, and add it just to tie the two in together a little bit more. We call this look the use everything look. What do you think? I think I could probably blend out those edges a little bit more on this side. Oh, there we are. Okay, so what are my thoughts? I think the palette swatches kind of poorly. I was a little bit disappointed in that. However, that's not the most important thing. How it looks on the eyes is more important, and I think that it blended out perfectly. I think it's a really good quality shadow. I think that if you have some of these shades in your collection already, then maybe you want to give this one a miss, because it's nothing like extraordinary. Like, it's nothing like, I always love, you know, the Wanted palette, because I just felt like it was so different, but there's nothing sort of revolutionary in this one. I think this shade here though is really one of the best shades in the palette. I feel like it's got this beautiful little glisten to it. It's going to be perfect for Christmas parties, all of that sort of stuff. The pink is really pretty as well, and like I said, the mattes just blend out like nothing else. Am I sorry I picked this up? Absolutely not. It adds to my little Nars collection that is growing all the time. Will I get use of it? Absolutely. Is it something that my collection was missing? Absolutely not, but it's still a beautiful product. The palette that was gifted to me, the blush palette, very, very pretty. I thought I was not gonna get I thought that was gonna be problematic for me. Ended up, this is my favorite in the palette. It's very, very subtle, but it's gorgeous. I also really like the highlight in this as well. The lipstick, look, it doesn't go with what I'm wearing. I don't think it really does, but it's still a very, very pretty shade, and it's something that I'm definitely gonna wear. These shades, the only thing I can sort of say is that they can make your teeth look a little bit not white. Anyway, so there's my wrap up of this Christmas collection. This is available in Mecca right now. Nothing is sold out yet. There's lots of other little bits and pieces from this collection. The packaging is beautiful. The formulas are great. That's all I've got to say. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely holiday season. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time.